is happening, traders? Thank you for tuning in. My name's Jason, and today on Let's Talk Trades, we're going to be talking about blockchain on our Learning Cryptocurrency series. Last week we spoke about cryptocurrency in general. Today we're going to speak about the network and technology on which it is built upon, which is blockchain. We are going to start to look into which blockchain networks are good and which ones are bad. That's going to be the next video. So stay tuned for that, guys. Now, blockchain is a very confusing concept. I'm going to try and explain it to you. I'm going to give you guys an example. And then I have Deloitte. Their website explains blockchain. I have a audio I want you guys to hear of a gentleman explaining blockchain, and then a video with the little graphics of a lady explaining blockchain in less than 100 words. It's pretty good. It kind of gives a better explanation. I just hope that my reference can maybe be a little more relatable to us. And so basically blockchain is a distributed network, which means that something like if you and I have the same network, if I make a transaction, then it goes out to you and you have to verify it. Similar to like a Google Doc. So we all have the same access to the same document, and the document is the ledger. And anytime I make an update to the document or to the ledger, everybody sees it and everybody agrees with it. And so that's the verification. And if you guys leave it and verify it, that's that. Any changes made will be able to be seen from previous. So you won't be able to delete it. It's there forever. We all verified it. And so that's something similar to a blockchain. The only difference is in a Google Doc, you're not rewarded for verifying the transaction. In other blockchain networks, that is how you get people to participate, is by rewarding them for verification. And so the first one to do so is usually the winner, and that's the one that gets the reward. That's actually the problem inside of Bitcoin, is that there's a race to verify, and in order to get there first, you need stronger, faster computers, which give out more emissions. And so it's kind of working against each other and where we're trying to go with our green initiatives. But I still think the overall use of blockchain is very, very applicable in so many different aspects of the world. It's going to kind of go into it here. Again, guys, like I said, blockchain is something like a Google Doc. We all have access. If one of us makes a change to it or a transaction, we all can see it. And if we think you have enough money in your account or your information is credible on the Google Doc, we leave it there. And you know what? That's the new doc. And so we all verified it and we left it. And that's the idea of blockchain, is that we don't need, per se, like a boss, like someone else to come in and verify. We all just verified it. We don't need another third party. So it's cutting out the bank inside of banking and stuff like that. Yeah, just keep in mind, guys, this is technology that has been around under the microscope for a long time, and now that it's finally getting recognition, it's just really, really confusing, and it takes a little while to understand, and I hope this video helps. So here we go, we're going to get into it. This is going to be the first audio of Richard Bradley explaining blockchain, and this was on their Deloitte broadcast series, Technology Decoded, on World Radio in Switzerland. So,
Technology Decoded, in association with Deloitte, helping organizations solve their most complex business challenges. Visit Deloitte.ch.
And speaking today with Deloitte Director Richard Bradley. And hello again, Richard. Now, Richard, today we're going to be talking about blockchain. Everyone is talking about blockchain. Firstly, Richard, just explain, what is blockchain?
Great question, Mark. So blockchain, it's really a very sophisticated ledger system, right? So a ledger system, a series of transactions, and that's shared between a number of different people. What that means is that no one person actually has control over that data, if you like.
Right.
So it's very difficult for participants to modify the history of that data or even add to that transaction list without the approval of all the other parties in the system. So what that means is that the data there is really secure. It's really almost unfalsifiable, and that brings a lot of trust. So, I'm thinking of some examples which may resonate. Blockchain is great for transactions where you've got an intermediary in the transaction. So let's say I'm sending money abroad, for example.
Right.
Typically you're going to use UBS or Credit Suisse to do that, right? Because you don't trust necessarily the person you're sending money to. But blockchain takes that away. Blockchain allows you to effectively have the ability to send money direct to that person without the need for these intermediaries. buying a house, for example.
Okay, so but is it that specific? Is it just really banks and lawyers? Because everyone's talking about blockchain and how amazing and groundbreaking it is.
Well, it's true. So actually, Deloitte did a survey last year, a global blockchain survey, and about 3/4 of the respondents said that they think there's a credible case for blockchain, but only about 20% were actually doing anything about it. And I think that tells you a lot about how it's actually growing blockchain. So we're still kind of in the experimentation stage right now. But really, once you find a credible problem for blockchain to solve, and to some extent it is a solution looking for a problem, it's very, very powerful. So there are lots of uses in supply chain, for example, being able to track goods and services, or even show your customers where a product has come from, which is really important if you're in the food supply chain, for example. Understanding your problem is sustainably sourced, ethically sourced, for example.
Okay, so there's that, but I think a lot of people would have heard about blockchain, but then instantly think of a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, because in that respect, the two are intricately linked, aren't they?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Bitcoin is an example of an exchange of value on a blockchain. It's probably one of the most well known. It was one of the first cryptocurrencies. But there's about 1,600 cryptocurrencies in the market today. So anybody can create a cryptocurrency. The key is making that a stable exchange of value and a store of value, if you like.
So obviously, we're going to see a lot of cryptocurrencies, I would say, fall by the wayside over the next few years. But what about cash, notes and coins and what we're used to? Is that going to be, firstly, affected by blockchain, or is it also going to go down the tubes as we start using cryptocurrencies more?
Well, I wouldn't get rid of your wallet just yet, Mark.
Right.
I think we're going to be using notes and cash for a little while longer.
Okay. My wallet's empty, mind you. So don't worry about
that. I think there's a certain amount of people getting used to the idea of cryptocurrencies, using them in day-to-day lives. That's going to take a bit of time to get used to. So stay close to your cash.
Okay, but it's blockchain that underpins all of that.
Correct, yeah.
Yes. Okay, Richard, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Mark.
That was Richard Bradley there, Director at Deloitte.
Technology Decoded.
Alrighty, guys. So again, like they said, there is a lot of applicational use for blockchain. It does have a future in the world. Now, there is another video I want to show you guys. I hope that helped explain what blockchain and the potential of blockchain is. Next, we're going to get into the networks of blockchain. There's different networks that stuff are built upon, and we're going to get into what each network is doing, how the blockchain that they're using is helping whatever their efforts are. That's what I want to find out, is the utility behind these networks of the coins. So all the coins are built on top of networks, and some of them are forks of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so there's just different things out there, and I want to find out what each coin's utility, what the network that each coin is built on, what its utility is, what it's used for. Like my personal personal favorite right now is Ethereum and XLM, the Stellar network. Those are the two we're looking at. I don't know if you guys know, but Akon is building his own city, and he's going to have a cryptocurrency called Acoin. The entire city is going to be using the Stellar network, and Acoin is going to be built on top of the Stellar network. And so XLM is down today. It's like 45 cents right now. I think that's a good buy. Something like Dogecoin that doesn't have a lot of practical use will probably reach $1 first, but XLM, I think in the long run, will have a much sustainable future. Its market cap is really low right now. It has a chance of really increasing the market cap as cryptocurrencies can. And we're going to finish watching this blockchain video, guys. Sorry on my little rant on cryptocurrency and XLM. It's my favorite. It's good. Check it out, guys. Stellar Network. Same founder as XRP, the Ripple.
Hi, everyone. My name is Meg Alderman. I'm a senior consultant with Deloitte Switzerland. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about blockchain. Now, this might not be a new topic for all of you, but hopefully you can take something away from this video. So blockchain is an immutable digital ledger that can be used not just for financial transactions, but virtually everything that we do. Some examples would be storage of our digital identities to farm-to-fork traceability for the groceries we purchase on a weekly basis. Some key characteristics of blockchain is it's near real time, it is peer-to-peer, meaning you don't need a trusted third party or middleman, it is distributed, so proof of the transaction is in more than one place, and it is immutable. So once the file is created, it cannot be edited. This then increases trust and reduces risk and fraud for transactions that use blockchain. So now that you know that blockchain technology is decentralized, distributed, immutable, real-time, and secure, I'm going to give a simple example of blockchain technology in 100 words using some blockchain lingo. So you're a node. You have a file of transactions on your computer. Let's call that your ledger. You're working with some accountants. Let's call them your miners who have the same file on their computers, so now it's distributed. You send a reply all email to these accountants to see if you have enough money to make a big purchase. They rush to review your file as they want to get paid in their salaries. Let's call that Bitcoin. The first accountant to review your request, validate along with their reasoning, which would be the proof of work, then sends this to the other accountants. If the other accountants agree with his reasoning, then you've got consensus in the network, and a new block can be added on the blockchain, and you can make that big purchase. That's blockchain technology.
So again, guys, I hope that helped. Think of it like a Google Doc, and the document is the ledger, and we all have access to it. And the first transaction gets sent out to everyone that I made. And if you guys all think that I have enough money and it's all verifiable, you guys all agree, and now that transaction stays there. You guys will be able to see any changes that is made. And then the next one, you make a transaction and I get sent it, and I verify and everyone else verifies. Now your transaction is there as well. It's a new block added onto the chain. So think of blockchain something like a Google Doc that'll really help you guys understand. Thank you for tuning in, guys. My name's Jason to Let's Talk Trades, Learning Cryptocurrency. New episodes every Friday. Follow us on TikTok, on Twitter at BestPodYet. We're also on Instagram at Let's Talk Trades. Follow us on Spotify as well at Let's Talk Trades Podcast. And thank you for tuning in, guys. See you next week.